Since yeah, it's strange. So I've got the chat bot put on top, but for some reason, my friends, it is not showing up here. So let's see if this works now. Son of a... Guys, this may be a very short video. If I can't figure this out. I do apologize. I'm gonna have to do this video again over tomorrow because there are some technical issues that are going on with this stuff right now, and this is like not my normal thing. So if you're new here, I do apologize. This is not normally the way that it goes. So if I went and did this, no. If I did this, yeah, Razor One, thank you so much for trying to help. But for some reason, we are not getting the chatbot to come on the screen. So we're going to delete the chatbot right now. And we're going to try we're going to try once more. We're going to try to put it back in. If it works, we'll keep it and we'll keep going. And maybe I'll... But if it doesn't work, we'll probably end the video for tonight and just finish it, do it off tomorrow. So we'll try one last time to do a message. If it doesn't work, we're going to have to... Okay, so it's showing here. Why isn't it showing? I can see it, but you guys can't see it on the screen, can you? It should be showing up on the screen. So you can see, oh, thank God. Why can I not see it? Okay. All right, I apologize. I could not see the chat box, and that was like, it totally knocked me off my game. Wait, it's gone now? Let me know if you can see it. Can you see it now? Yeah, very much. Well, kind of rip off VT, but not totally. Let me know if you can see the chat box now. That's very important for you guys to be able to see it. So let me know if you can see the box. What the heck happened to that? Okay, so you can see the chat. You can see the chat at the bottom of the screen, right? Or depending on your structure. Hey there, Swift. I'm ready to cry, man. Okay, you see the chat's okay with the chat box. Okay, great. As long as you can see the chat, that's the most important part. So let me see something here. I want to see if I can do. Trumpy loves potatoes. Little winged potatoes. Somebody knows they're Trumpy. So for those that don't know, extraterrestrial visitors is otherwise known as pod people. Pod people is my favorite episode of Mystery Science Theater, right alongside of Mitchell and the brain that wouldn't die. And right now, uh, they've announced on Severin, they sent out an email saying that the three bundles that we're going to look at right now, hey there, Maddie, are bundles that are going to be gone after the 26th. Not only are they going to be gone during the sale, they're going to be taken out during the sale. Those bundles won't be available, only the sale bundles will. But after the site comes back up again, you will not be able to buy these three bundles any longer. So let's dive into all three of these bundles right now. And so the first one is the Good News, Bad News bundle. It's $87 American. It has the worldwide Blu-ray premiere of the director's cut of Extraterrestrial Visitors, aka Pod People, the first authorized U.S. release of Alien from the Abyss, and web store exclusive Bad News slipcover to go along with the complete comic strip presents Channel 4 films. Eddie Blaze, I know my dad actually. Jet, I had a talk earlier today about the shipping for Severin. Like I mentioned to my dad, so the only time I can actually shop directly from the Severin website is when I'm buying a lot of stuff. So when they say like we got a sale and certain titles on for $8, certain titles on for $5, unless I'm gonna buy like $100 or $150 worth of those titles, it doesn't do me any good because because here I am with the inability to actually kind of enjoy it. I can't like it's going to cost me more to buy the titles because the shipping is just going to be that gosh darn expensive. So extraterrestrial visitors, we got this one right here, and here we go for the dramatic reading, which you guys kind of have come to know on my channel. From Juan Simon, the infamous writer-director of Pieces and Slugs, comes a restored director's cut of the French-Spanish co-production that remains the most singularly screwy ET-influenced film in Euro cult history. When snorkel-nosed furry aliens arrive on Earth, they encounter a foggy wilderness filled with sociopathic poachers. Simon's twisted vision of what an 80s American rock band sounds like, bizarre bursts of violence and pathos, and the boy who befriends a blue-eyed extraterrestrial he names Trumpy, discover the movie Beyond MST3K, a very, very weird film. Also known in various versions as Return of E.T., The Unearthly, and Pod People. Well, right now, Indy, three of the Severin bundles are available till the 26th, but after the 26th, when the site goes down for the sale, these three bundles will no longer be available and they won't be coming back up. You'll have to buy them separately, so it'll cost more after the sale. So we're going to look at those three bundles tonight. The shipping costs have gotten too high in the U.S. So they got to work on somebody when it comes to shipping. I know it's harder like now, and shipping can be a bit more expensive, but you got to have the right person working on that. And there's two announcements, Severin, two actually slipcovers. They're doing slipcovers for two previous releases, which you will look into as well. So we got a new 4K scan for the 35mm negative with special features that include a feature-length documentary on the director. So that documentary is the Simon's Jigsaw, a journey into the universe of Juan Picard Simon. I'm pretty sure this is the same documentary. Correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, because some of you guys will know. Yeah, because they got a lot of packing meats. This is the same documentary, right? That's on Vinegar Syndrome. Because Vinegar Syndrome put out a Juan Picard Simon title, and I'm pretty sure they had this documentary too. We got a Weekend in Hell interview with actor Emilio Linder, Composing the Cosmos interview with soundtrack composer Libretto Pastor, a private concert from Libretto Pastor, alternate pod people opening credits, which is very, very different. A CD soundtrack single, and reversible rap. Always be sure to like, share, subscribe. If you do, well, if you subscribe, like the person did at the beginning of the video, you're gonna notice that all of a sudden we're gonna get you're gonna get a I'm on Streamlabs tonight, so you're gonna get a really ding message for subscribing or super chatting or any of that stuff. You're gonna get a ding, and your name will pop up on the screen. Okay, so along with that, we got the Comic Strip Presents Channel 4 Films, and of course we have the fantastic cast here of Rick Mayhall, Adrian Edmondson, Don French, Nigel Planner, Peter Richardson, and Jennifer Saunders. So yes, that is Rick Mayhall from The Young Ones, and that is French and Saunders. Series of short films for British Channel 4s led directly to The Young Ones, absolutely fabulous in the entire UK alt comedy movement. For those that don't know, I am a huge, huge fan of the UK alt comedy movement. It's my thing. I grew up on this stuff. What was the question? Oh, good job, Ray. Thanks a lot. So it's a 3-disc set. It has all 3 seasons and 5 specials from the comedy strip, including the legendary mockumentary Bad News Tour and its sequel, More Bad News, featuring appearances by Lemmy, Ozzy Osbourne, and Def Leppard. The classic Mr. Jolly Lives Next Door. Directed by 2-time Oscar nominee Stephen Frears. Yep. Plus more than 4 hours of special features, including an all-new documentary. People kind of tend to just sit on titles like this, but I really think this is one of those what we call a sleeper. And I gotta agree with D-Blades. The Bad News stuff is great. Oh, this is a great stuff. Got the Rise of Comedy Strip, a brand new 93-minute documentary right here. We have the Comedy Strip 1981 short film that 30 years of the Comedy Strip done in 2012. It's 96 minutes long. Probably I'm gonna guess it's either an ITV or British or BBC program. Bad News, a whole sordid story. Bad News, Bohemian Rhapsody music video, behind the scenes of Bohemian Rhapsody. More Bad News stories, Bad News photo gallery and series trailer, and additional web store exclusive slipcover. Is that John Mayo? Actually, I don't know. That is one I can't tell you, man. I know. So for those that don't know, John Romita Sr. is passed away recently. He was one of the biggest comic artists ever. And for me, if anybody that watches my comic book stuff knows I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And often the Ditko Stan Lee stuff is considered, that's that classic era of Spider-Man. But for me, as much as I like the Stan Lee, Steve Ditko stuff, I liked when John Romita Sr. took over as for the Spider-Man artist a bit better. And he would definitely 100% be missed. And in our third and final title here, we get Aliens from the Abyss. It's an Antonio Margaretti, the guy that did Castle of Blood, War of the Planets, and Cannibal Apocalypse, to name just a few. And Cannibal Apocalypse had the fantastic John Saxon in it. Headed to the Philippines to deliver the perfect 80s Italian popcorn flick. When environmental activists attempt to expose an evil corporation led by Charles Napier, because of course it is, dumping nuclear waste into the local volcano. Yeah, that doesn't sound problematic at all. They'll instead discover graphic gore, exploding miniatures, a ravaging full-scale kaiju-style creature that remains one of the most bizarre-looking monsters ever created. Drew the death of Gwen Stacy. That he did. And his Mary Jane was the best, classic Mary Jane. Yanked it. And his son is a fantastic artist too, who often gets ragged on, which way too much actually, for creating his own style. He started out very much like his father, and even his father would ink a lot of his stuff initially. But it was around the 90s, I'd say, just probably around pre-Clone Saga, that John Romita Jr. really started to come to his own as a comic book artist. So we have Luciano Pagozzi, co-stars in this one, written by Tito Carpi, Go Candy the Pencil. Actually, I'm reading. Actually, I'm almost finished the first volume of Fantastic Four. And by the way, I realized I read some of, but I hadn't read a lot of the early Fantastic Four. It's really freaking good. And what was really neat is I get up to one of the issues, right? I'm not sure if it's issue like 18 or 19. Anyway, it's way up there. Um, it's past issue 12. And we get this letter because in the omnibuses, they do letters. They do letters pages. And an artist, actually not an artist, a fan says writes in to say how much he loves Fantastic Four and he loves their new X-Men book as well that just started that month. And that fan's name is Dave Cockrum. If you are a comic book fan, then you're going to know exactly who that is. They pick up the new Brubaker Phillips book, Night Fever. Not yet. I gotta once I get back to Canada, like for a visit, I'll be able to pick up some more books. But unfortunately, right here, there's no like local stores that will have like books in English, especially graphic novels. Most you'll find is French books usually, and it's usually like Picsou and stuff like that. I see a movie with the Bad News Bears with a sci-fi vampire twist. That'd be twisted, man. But yeah, it is amazing to think that you can go back and read those things and like it's Dave Cockrum, like the guy that would go on to be one of the defining artists when the X Men came back, and he's a kid writing in to say that he likes that first issue of X Men. Okay, so sorry, I didn't mean to go on tangent, guys. We got the From Center of the Earth interview with Eduardo Margaretti. We got in Outsider. It looks like a 61-minute documentary on the cinema of Antonio Margaretti. Sound of the Outsider interview with the Outsider director Eduardo Margaretti. And this is just the first of three bundles. But this, like, for those that just came in late, this bundle here is going to, once June 26th comes, bundle will no longer exist. You can still buy the movies, but you won't be able to get the bundle exclusives unless you buy them separately. I do have about, like, for me, digital is a stopgap. Like, I won't collect digital, but I'll buy digital until I can like get it into my collection. So I do have like around 75, 80 omnibuses in my collection, and I think I got about 70 digital ones as well that I will buy like physically once I get them. I bought digital copies of the first four Fantastic Four when they were available to buy. The second bundle that is going out of in stock trades, nope, I am not that lucky, man. And the thing is, like, VPN's got to come in handy when it comes to even like digital here as well. But I always worry about digital, especially with that like French Connection thing, because you never know, they can change it. Like just because they've changed the movie doesn't mean they can't change books too. Like they can really change books. Is there a bundle with Four Flies, Alex? There's not. I would expect. I don't know anything as of yet, but I would expect, Alex, that Four Flies might pop up during the sale. If it is all possible for Severin to reproduce Four Flies, it'll pop up during the sale and only during the sale. I do have Doomed. Not the DVD, but actually that's the very first thing that I ever bought on iTunes. Was Doomed, the untold story of Roger Corman's A Fantastic Four documentary. It was Doomed, and it was the seasons 2, 3, and 4 of Superboy, because there was no at the time Warner Archives hadn't put it out. So the Sum of All Fears bundle right here is $100, but it's got some classic cool stuff here, and I'm looking at it right now. It will start off with the UHD, which is Drowning by Numbers, and this is by Peter Greenaway, a director that I actually kind of like they mentioned here, The Cook, the Thief, his wife, and her lover. It's a film I really enjoyed. It was definitely a different film. I watched Doom like 17 times. But this one here, we got like Dame Joan Plowright, 4-time BAFTA winner Julie Stevenson, 2-time Golden Globe nominee Julie Richardson. Jolie Richardson starring as 3 generations of women who murdered their husbands in an unsettling salvo of sumptuous visuals, macabre capers, and numerical mischief. Bernard Hill co-stars in this fascinating brainbuster of very bad manners, and featuring a new 4K scan from the OCN, personally supervised by director Greenaway. Oh, definitely. I say they bring it back, man. But the damaged slipcover will probably cost you less than when they bring it back. Because I'm gonna guess when they bring it back, it's gonna be at full price. Because even though it'll be during a sale, normally it'll be considered convention stock, and convention stock are things that they bring back only during sales, but it's at a regular price usually. You saw it in theater in cinema. I wish I would have seen it in cinema. So we got an out of commentary on the UHD here, and on the Blu-ray we get an out of commentary. We get an interview with Peter Greenway, an interview with Bernard Hill, Fear of Drowning archival featurette, some Greenway game concepts, as well as a additional feature, the web store exclusive slipcover featuring artwork by Peter Greenway. I do love the fact that the director did the artwork here. And we go with the next one, which I think is an absolutely beautifully fantastic set, the Danza Macabre box set, one that I really, really want myself. And it has the 1964's The Monster of the Opera, directed with director Ronaldo Poselli, and screenwriter Ernesto Gastaldi, so you know that's going to be cool. We got The Seventh Grave here from 1965. We got Scream of the Demon Lover from 1970, and 1971 is probably the most readily accessible and readily most seen one, Lady Frankenstein. All these are fully restored from their OCNs, brand new restorations on all these films. And we'll start off with the first one right here, because I will always do the dramatic readings because I'm cheesy that way. And we start off with The Monster of the Opera, conceived as a sequel to their landmark The Vampire and the Ballerina. My dad has that one, actually. It's a really good movie. Director Renato Polselli and screenwriter Ernesto Gastaldi resurrected their gothic fiend stock's theatrical trope framework for an over-the-top aria of reincarnated lovers, sheer nightgowns, sapphic hunger, interdimensional damnation, and frenzied opera that looks like the fever dream of an oversexed choreographer. I know, Manny. I'm so jealous, and that is so cool. But you deserved it, man. Got an auto commentary. Look, we're starting out. If it wasn't good enough, if I didn't, Maddie, if I wasn't jealous enough, we're starting with an auto commentary from Kat Ellinger herself. We got an interview with screenwriter Ernesto Gastaldi, and he is known for being very honest and upfront in his interviews. Interview with Italian film devotee Mark Thompson Ashworth, an archival audio interview with director Renato Pacelli. Got a 166 aspect ratio, Italian mono, which is what I want to hear with English subtitles. It was a fun interview. And he always is a fun interview, isn't he? Like Alex, he's such a good interview. Next up, we get The Seventh Grave. For more than 50 years, that has existed only via rumor, reputation, and barely watchable bootleg. It remains perhaps the strangest Italian Gothic ever made. The sole feature by enigmatic director Garibaldi Serra Caracciolo, here using the angelized pseudonym Finney Cliff, combines familiar murder mystery elements of The Cat and the Canary with odd dollops of mad doctors, escaped lepers, giallo-style killings, one of the most strikingly original seance sequences in the entire genre. Antonio Cesare, Ferruccio Viotti, and Gianni D star in this fascinating rarity now scanned in 2K for the recently discovered negative. That is a different one. um, we get an audio commentary with the fantastic Rachel Nesbitt, interview with film historian Fabio Malelli, and video essay by Gothic scholar and author Rachel Knightley. We've got a 166 aspect ratio here with the Tam Mono and English subtitles. This one is region free. The first disc that we looked at was region A, because I know a lot of people buy this from the UK and they like to know if it's going to work or if they're going to need a region free player or not. I love the fact that Severin actually lets you know. On disc 3, Scream the Demon Lover, it's from 1970. Though he only made 2 horror films, veteran writer-director Jose Luis Moreno, the other one was The Hanging Woman actually, here embraces the genre's classic elements and ravishes them to vivid extremes when a beautiful biochemist arrives at a foreboding castle to work for a sinister baron to unlock a nightmare of dark romances, sexual violence, grisly family secrets, and some of the most perverse moments in 70s Gothic. Carlos Quini, Agostino Belli, and Enzo, not even going to try it, co-star in this Italian-Spanish co-production, also known as The Killers of the Castle of Blood, and released in the U.S. by New World Pictures, cut by nearly 20 minutes. Now scanned in 4K from negative for the first time. We get an audio commentary by Rod Burnett, of course from NashiCast, and Robert Monell, writer and editor of Just Franco's State of Mind. Oh, that's a hard one. I say I always go with Ellinger. I think I love Alan Jones and Kim Newman, but I'll go with Ellinger first. We also get an interview with actress Erna Schurer and an interview with Stephen Thrower, a video essay by Stephen Thrower, which you know is going to be fantastic. I think we may do the live video for the Patreon channel, or either on Saturday or Sunday. And if you're a Patreon member here right now, I want you to put in your vote for what day you want to see that Patreon video done, like the live Patreon video, when you want to see it done, because I want to make sure that you're all able to come in and chat about some of the stuff, because I'm going to dive into some of the stuff that I can't talk about here. I'm going to have the Breach of Leahy book. I'm going to be looking at some of the Jess Franco stuff. I'm going to be able to look at some of the things we can't look at right now. So please, if you're a Patreon member, let me know what the best day for you guys is for me to do a live stream video. I'll do it later in the night for me, so that I can make sure every one of you guys can get in here and chat. That's the important part. And as he mentioned, it's got an account with Kat Ellinger and Anna Rose Malamet. And out of country with Alan Jones and Kim Newman. We got Meet the Baroness, actress Rosa Albanieri. My dad will be very upset with me because he's a very big fan of hers if I messed up that name. And film historian Fabio Mileli, piecing together Lady Frankenstein. Hey, hello. The ladies and the... Hey. Come here. Remember Lordy. Come here, baby. Come here, I want to show you. I want to show people you. This is Lordy now. This is my kitty. She's gotten so big. She's gotten so big. She's gotten so big. Yes, you have. I'm proud of you. So right now, what's happening, Cine Arcadia, is these bundles that I'm showing are only going to be available till the 26th of June. At the 26th of June, the website is shutting down until the sale starts back up again. After the sale is over and the website comes back up, these bundles will still be gone. This is the last time to get these bundles. So we're looking at the 3 bundles that are going to be going into print, and then we're going to look at the announcements for the stuff done for today. And also, I think I got Lordy on camera, so I'm kind of glad about that. Who's hiding right now? Hello. Lady Frankenstein is loaded with stuff. The Truth About Lady Frankenstein, a German TV documentary done in 2007. Clothed insert shots. We got a video short illustrating BBFC censorship cuts, Italian opening credits, Big Film Magazine, Italian Lady Frankenstein photo novel. I guess digitally done on there, right, Matt? And we have extensive image gallery, home video gallery. Oh, by the way, since it's after, it's like almost 5 o'clock in the morning here. I want to say, and I already said to my youngest, but my daughter Cass has her birthday today. So happy birthday, Cass! If you ever get to see this, you probably won't, especially this far in. But happy birthday, and hope you're having a fantastic birthday. I wish I could be there with you. We got radio spots, TV spots, trailers. A 178 aspect ratio here. English stereo, Italian stereo. Looks like we're gonna have audio in English and Italian for this one here. You have the option to watch it in Italian with English subtitles as well. And this one here is region free. We have one more bundle that is going out of print. And that is the Mel Meets Milian bundle at $104. It's the most expensive bundle, but one of the best deals. And I'll explain to you why. Because this is some great stuff. We got here. It's going to be a short video because I'm going to be honest, my voice is not the best tonight. There's two things in this bundle, but there's two amazing things in this bundle. One of them is an amazing set that if you got the Carol Baker and Berto Lenzi bundle, you're gonna want to have this too. This is gonna want to be right alongside it. It's gonna be saying it, putting it out there. And that is the Violent Streets Umberto Lenzi Thomas Milian collection. How good is this one? It is so good. It is an 8-disc set. Why did you freeze up on me? Did you freeze up on me? What the heck? Okay, there we go. We start off with Almost Human from 1974, one of the best ones that was put out. Released in Italy under the title Miliano odia la police. Okay, Milian hates the police can't shoot. This first collaboration between Umberto Lenzi and Sir Thomas Milian remains both a degenerate treat and a definitive Eurocrime. So when you're looking at like film noir, for instance, and somebody says to you like, "What's a if I haven't watched any film noir, what should I watch? What's something I can watch that can give me an idea like what film noir is like?" And a lot of times, like I'll say, for instance, watch Out of the Past with Robert Mitchum. I mean, it's a great start for like understanding film noir and getting like the concept of it. If somebody said, "Well, if I want to watch this style like a Eurocrime, a Plaziateschi film," now that I know how to pronounce it, what's a really good one? So Almost Human is a really good one. It has a great cast aside from Thomas Milian. Henry Silva's in it, Ray Lovelock, Anita Strindberg, written by Ernesto Gastaldi, score by Ennio Morricone, so you know it's kind of a fantastic score. And here's the plot basically is this one: a small-time criminal, fearless performance by Milian, kidnaps a wealthy industrialist daughter who triggered a brave spree of class warfare, sexual violence, mass murder, and the rage of a police commissioner determined to end the carnage. It is scanned, uncut from the original negative, and it is a great, great, great film. Audio commentary with screenwriter Ernesto Castaldi. If you don't like it, feel free to say, "Oh, it's not one for me." Now, a second audio commentary with Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth. We get an interview with Umberto Lenzi here, an interview with Thomas Milian, an interview with Ernesto Castaldi, an interview with actor Henry Silva, as well as a trailer. It is a 2:3:5 aspect ratio, so we're getting a real kind of like cinema aspect ratio for this one right here. It's going to be in both English and Italian mono. It'll have English subtitles. It is a Region A locked disc because there is a region. There's a UK version. I'm not quite sure if it is uncut or not. I'd have to look at my Shameless to find out. And it has a 99-minute runtime. For the second disc, you're going to get the soundtrack, the Ennio Morricone soundtrack for Almost Human, and you're getting an Ennio Morricone soundtrack. That's pretty awesome. That's a pretty amazing thing. We get to the third disc because the second disc was a CD, and we get to Syndicate Status. It is the second collaboration, and it has Thomas Milian starring as a biker named Rambo. Wonder where that came from. It's got director Umberto Lenzi and screenwriter Vincenzo Menino, who did House on the Edge of the Park, for those that are fans of that film, and I am one of those. Packs the running time with a barrage of beatings, shootings, kidnappings, and chases that raise the bar for 70s Eurocrime and put modern action flicks to shame. As a fantastic cast, now scanned, uncut again. It's an uncut. From the original negative, we get an interview with director Umberto Lenzi, interview with actress Ida Gallia, interview with actor Alessandro Coco, and interview with actor Bruno De Luia. You guys have gotten quiet. The fourth disc is a CD, and it has Satan Status. That's a totally different film, guys. Syndicate Status and Brothers Till We Die. The only film you like is The Lady Frankenstein, really? Usually that's the one that people say, "Oh, that's a decent film," but not our favorite. But yeah, it's different. So it's soundtrack for two movies right here. With this 5, and it's a great set though, man. It's a really great set. I'm a huge fan of Italian crime thrillers, but I'm I'm different. I'm weird. Alex. Free Hand for a Tough Cop. We got Umberto Lenzi and Thomas Milian here again. And served as the unacknowledged template for 48 hours when a scheming convict is sprung from prison by a hard-nosed cop played by Claudio Castanelli. Actually, that's cool. They'll team up to hunt down Moneza's former crime partner, Henry Silva, again, he's got to be in there, who's kidnapped the critically ill child. We have Robert Hundar from Cutthroats 9, Nicolette Machiavelli from No Way Out, and a murder's row of Eurocrime's most recognizable character actors co-star in this classic poliziotteschi, packed full of fun action, co-written by Lenzi and Dardano Sacchi. Now scanned in 2K from the original negative, we get an interview with the director, a look into the career of Corrado Solari. We get an interview with screenwriter Dardano Sacchi, an interview with the cinematographer Nino Celeste, interview with producer Ugo Tucci, an extended bank robbery scene sourced from the original negative. So kind of interesting to see that. We got a 2:3:5 aspect ratio. English and Italian mono is there with English subtitles. It is a Region 8 lock disc, and it is 92 minutes long. They're not paying $100. For the Danza Macabre, I would pay $100 for this Violent Street set. I'm going to tell you that much right now. The Cynic, the Rat in the Fist. This is another good one. The penultimate collaboration about Timus Milian is a cold-blooded crime boss known as the Chinaman. John Saxon, a sadistic American mobster looking for his own piece of the action, and Maurizio Morelli as hot-headed rogue cop Leo Tenzi, first introduced in Lenzi's The Tough Ones, gunning for them both. And I have The Tough Ones downstairs. It's a fantastic film put up by Grindhouse Releasing. Renzo Palmer and Gabriella Lepori co-star in this fantastic piece of Italian genre cinema and a definitive statement to the craftsmanship of Lenzi, co-written by Lenzi, Giordano Sacchi, and Ernesto Castaldi. So that is definitely a good mix of people. Featuring an off-sample score by Franco Michelezzo, which, of course, we know that Tarantino liked it because it's in Death Proof and it's in Django Chained. We have an Umberto Lenzi interview here, and then we get another interview with Umberto Lenzi. Then we get a third interview with Umberto Lenzi. We get an interview with Giordano Sacchi, an interview with John Saxon here. It's at a 2:3:5 aspect ratio, English and Italian mono. We have English subtitles here. This one is a region free disc. It runs at 99 minutes long. Disc 7 is another soundtrack disc. So that gives us the Cynic, the Rat, and the Fist CD soundtrack. And as mentioned up in the soundtracks before, Disc 8 is going to be Brothers Till We Die from 1978. And this one, Thomas Milian delivers a brilliant dual performance, reprising the roles of scheming lowlife Sergio L. Manezza Marazzi from Free Hand for a Tough Cop, as well as his twin brother, hunchbacked sociopath Vincino Il Gobbo Morazzi from The Tough Ones. So that's kind of cool, right? With Milian providing his own double crosses, Randy Albanians, angry cops, insane asylums, and some of the most startling pathos and politics in the history of the genre. Isa Dinelli, Guido Leontini, and I apologize for all the names that I'm butchering, worse than Jason Voorhees on a Friday the 13th. Sylvie Stubbing, co-star in this long unseen Lenzi Milan swan song, now scanned uncut in 2K from the original negative. We get an interview with Umberto Lenzi, an interview with the editor of the film, Eugenio Albisi, interview with composer Franco Michelizzi, interview with composer Antonelli Vendetti, and has a 2:3:5 aspect ratio, English and Italian mono. It is region free, and it is 99 minutes. And that box set is just part of it because you also get Attack Force Z. This is definitely a different film. Because it's a Mel Gibson film, guys, early Mel Gibson. This one has Mel Gibson, Sam Neill, Jurassic Park, Sam Neill, or Omen 3 for me, Sam Neill, John Philip Law, and the true story of Z Special Force, World War II's top secret Pacific Commando unit. When an American fighter jet crashes on an island held by the Japanese, a 5-man Z Force assault team launches a daring mission of courage, carnage, and desperate jungle warfare to rescue the survivors. Chris Haywood, John Waters, and Sylvia Chang co-star in the complete version of this 1981 Australian-Taiwanese co-production directed by Exploitation director Tim Burstall. God did Alvin Purple. Written by Roger Marshall and edited by David Stephen. Of course, edited Road Warrior. Scanned in 2K from the original negative at the National Film and Sound Archive of Australia, we get an interview with executive producer John McCallum, actors John Waters and Chris Hayward, a photo gallery or trailer. It is a 1:8:5 aspect ratio, English mono with English subtitles. So this one would not be in like the original. I guess in the original, would not be the original Australian. Okay, region free and runs at 94 minutes long. This here bundle will run you $104. You'll get a box set, an 8-disc box set, and you'll get Attack Force Z. Not a bad bundle, if I must say so myself. For those that have come in late, all three of these bundles, a good news, bad news bundle, the Sum of All Fears bundle, and the Mel Meets Milian bundle are only available until the 26th. At the 26th, Severin will be shutting down their website until the 30th when they bring it back up for the sale. At that point, you can only get any bundle that will be kind of like a sale bundle. And when the site comes back up regular, these bundles will no longer exist, but you'll be able to buy some of these here separately if you want to buy them that way. But this is your last chance. You got to the 26th, guys, so you got 10 more days to get this here specific bundle. But that's not the only announcements that Severin had tonight. No, there was more stuff. They also announced that their 2 exploitation ones are being liquidated. And that is Turkey Shoot and The Survivor, James Herbert's The Survivor. 2 fantastic films. They're liquidation at $8 each. The only problem is the shipping cost. This will be better to do during the sale because, in all honesty, I'd feel more comfortable buying this with a bunch of sale titles than I would seeing it like done later. Done here on sale, it's going to be more expensive. Could definitely see Severin doing an Enzo Barboni set of those Bud Spencer Terrence. Are you talking about the trendy films? You know, My Name is Trendy, Trendy Selling Name, My Name is Nobody, those type of things. Because I grew up in the trendy film channel. Like, I live in Newfoundland in Canada and stuff, and those were huge. They were massively huge where I'm from. But that's not all, because I can't show it on the screen for very long. So get ready to blink, guys. There are 2 brand new slipcovers being done for Jess Franco films. The S Story of O and then Inconfessible of Manuel. If you want to see that lying across the screen, drop a super chat or donation. Super Fuzz, I saw in theater, Matt. Super Fuzz, I actually saw in theater. Yeah, it ends June 26th. So to know exactly what is on these, so basically these are the Blu-ray premieres of these films. They were previously on here by through DVD. Please note, Lena Romay does not appear in The Story of O. The slipcover is a recreation of a lovely but misleading piece of vintage advertising. So yes, that is actually true. Although The Story of O mentions Lena Romay, she was actually working with another director on another film at that point. So we can see here that we have Emmanuel Exposed, interview with Stephen Thrower, author of Flowers of Perversion, which I got, In the Land of Franco Part 9, Inconfessible Jess, interview with director Jesus Franco. We get the In the Land of Franco Part 8, The Story of O, interview with Stephen Thrower, and Franco's O, interview with director Jesus Franco. And this is going to have the web, the web exclusive ones that I unfortunately can't show, but we'll be looking at and talking about. And nobody's mentioned. I know some of you guys here are patrons. So let me know the best day. Or do you want a Saturday live stream, a Sunday live stream? What is the best day for you guys for the live stream? I can do a Friday live stream, but it's short notice. But I want you guys, I want to know what the best day for a live stream is for you guys. As your Patreon members, you should be getting your special live streams, and the only reason I don't do more of them is it's getting everybody together. Because trust me, we would have more. We would have so much more. Especially right now. And let me know how you find this here. I know I normally use StreamYard. StreamYard only has so many hours that you can use. So I'm playing around with different options, whether it be Streamlabs, OBS Studios, kind of working. Sunday for you. Thank you, Sun Arcadia. Because Sunday is definitely a better day for me as well. I would do it later on Sunday. That way, it's going to be a bit easier if you need to, if you want to talk to those people. Some people work on Saturdays, or they're with their family on Saturdays, or Fridays, or Saturdays. And I don't want to cut into anybody's like weekend time. Turkey is definitely a damn good buy for $8, Razor. The only problem I have, and the problem I spoke with about it with my dad, Razor. Razor, you've been here since the beginning. Is that the shipping cost? I think my dad actually was really excited to get it at $8, and then he looked and he checked. It's cheaper to buy on Amazon from Severin. I get an Amazon copy, a Severin Amazon copy, than it was to buy it from Severin, which is a damn shame. It really is, because that's not what you expect. If you guys can tell, I'm in a different location right now. My better half, we had to go to Casablanca, and she had a hair appointment, which was 8 hours. It was just like so. Yeah, I spent 8 hours to stand down. Saturday's not good. Taking her out to local Pride Festival. We usually go to that. My better half used to work for a company, and we would do the Pride Parade. I had a rainbow cape. So is Sunday good for you, Matt? Because it'll be I'll try to do it later in the night, so it'll be in the evening. So I won't do a Sunday in the day, right? So I'll probably try to do it like later. I won't probably won't do it like this, like 5 o'clock in the morning is right now, but probably like for me. But it'll be later in the evening, probably like 12 or one, something like that. Because I want you guys to be able to come in and see the stuff and just chat and ask questions, and like we'll look at some different stuff together. We'll look at stuff we can't look at. For those who don't know, I have a Patreon, and it helps in all honesty between like super chats donation, but Patreon, especially patron members, they keep this channel going. That's not a lie, and because the StreamYards is streamers pricey, and that's why sometimes I got to do this. All the clip joints and all the town she walks into my. Oh God, it was quite a day. We're hoping to get into Casablanca and actually visit and see some people, like maybe go to a store or something like that. But this was just like basically a salon day type thing. Not like she was helping out a friend of hers that was doing a doing a hair thing, and she had to help out with it. The pride parade last week was the longest, most excellent parade I've ever been to. Oh man, that is so cool. We don't we don't get any parades over here anymore. I don't think we get any parades here. I have to find out. I'm new to Morocco, so I don't know what we have here. I don't have any physical media where I'm at right now. That's a pain in the butt. But what we do have is heat. I'm drinking my second glass of cola because it's so hot. But with all of that being said, whew, I think at this point, right now, at just over an hour long. I wonder if I can do this live on screen. Oh, wrong one. Thank you so much for joining me here today. My name is Aaron. This is the Cult of Cinema. If you want to become a patron member, you want to donate whatever, fantastic, great, wonderful. Most important thing that happens when we do these videos here that I want to see get out of these videos is I want you guys to have a good time. I want you to enjoy yourself. I want to come back. I want you to meet friends, see other channels, like see people that are doing other things, and listen to podcasts, create your own podcast, do your stuff, contact me, do stuff together, all the joy stuff. this is your hangout, guys, and thank you so much for coming here with me. I am so hot that I am babbling. See you soon, and as more news comes out from the Severin sale, I will let you know. And Patreon members, I'm going to set it up tomorrow